Now I'd like to cover cancer in general. There's different types of cancers. As you know, you can have throat cancer, you can have lung cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, skin cancer. Basically, what cancer is when the body is dehydrated, it's short on water and salt for many different reasons, because the cell can't hang on to the water unless it has all the minerals inside the cell. As Dr. B says, the integrity of the cell has to be maintained with all these minerals. And if you drink too much water too quickly and it acts as a diuretic, or a person's drinking a lot of coffee, tea, and soda with the caffeine, then it causes the water to run through the body so quickly that the cells don't have adequate time to utilize the water, so they become short or dehydrated. So then the body has to borrow the water from another part of the body, and wherever it borrows this water from, then that area becomes dehydrated, deficient, and as it becomes dehydrated, it becomes acidic, acid. And another problem is a lot of people are eating acidic foods, and this acidity makes an area in the body very acid. Now naturally your lungs deal with acidity because you exhale CO2. So the number one way to get rid of acidity is exhaling CO2. That's one reason why soda is a very bad idea, because it makes the blood so acid acidic. And the acidity is pH, it's potential hydrogen, that the liver can't neutralize it with amino acids. So the brain commissions a release of calcium from the bones to neutralize this pH. So if you're short on water in an area and dehydrated and the tissue becomes acidic, this starts changing the DNA of the cells. And when the cells become acidic and the DNA is changed, then it cranks out an abnormal cell and we call it cancer. So if the breast is becoming dehydrated and becomes acidic, then you start cranking out abnormal cells that are dehydrated, and that's cancer, and it just keeps getting worse and worse until you've got a major problem. Same thing with the prostate or the skin or the lungs. So dealing with dehydration, we cover it in our book in Goof Proof Health. As you slowly start drinking the water, it's half your weight in ounces of water. Then you take 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, suggested. It's a starting point. And this comes from Dr. Batman Gelidge's books as an MD and a researcher. And once again, that's why they give saline in the hospital. So you do the water and salt, and then you eat some quality foods to bring the amino acid levels back up to where they need to be, and do some exercise. And these areas turn around very quickly. At least this is what I've seen. I've helped people with throat cancer, pancreatic cancer, prostate cancer, skin cancer, and it turns around very quickly. And it's also, this is covered and addressed in Dr. B's book, The Medical Doctor. I studied all his material and knew him personally, Dr. Batman Gelidge. So when people are drinking beverages that make them acid or acidic, and they're eating foods that make them very acid, a lot of people are confused. When you talk about acid or alkaline, it's not the water that you drink. Some people go for this structured water and they try and drink very alkaline water. But what they don't understand is, same thing with the food, what makes the pH that you're interested in is after the body is used the food or the water. So the body burns the water, and it's what's left, the byproduct, the ash. Same thing with the food. It's after the body is used the food, it's the waste product that's what's acid or alkaline that you have to be concerned about. Not when you actually take it and you eat it, it's the byproduct is what you have to be concerned about. So when people natural water is running about 7.0, so drinking water that's structured that's 9.0 or 8.0 is not a very good idea. At least this is what Dr. B says, and I would agree with what he's saying. It's true that fruits and vegetables, most of them are alkaline and they're good for you, but it's because of their mineral content. And I'm going to say 95% of all your fruits and vegetables are alkaline. That means after the body has burned it, used the minerals, it's the waste that's left that is alkaline. And this is what you have to deal with. The biggest problem in the body is you've got a blood sugar and you have cells burning sugar 24 hours a day to maintain a temperature of 98.6. But when you burn sugar, a carbon, the byproduct is oxidation, and it's neutralized with amino acids from the liver. And this is what sets us up for being short on amino acids, because people aren't eating, they're not doing a live kill on their meat, chicken, fish, and we're not taking the seed, whatever flour we're going to use, we're not milling it, season it, eat it today and tomorrow and start over again. All this flour has been milled weeks or months ago, and these essential amino acids are gone. So we're very, very amino acid deficient. I know in America you used to be able to buy tryptophan by itself and take it, but some of it, we had some bad and they died from it. So our government banned tryptophan sales in America. You can still get it from foreign countries, but Dr. B doesn't recommend it because he states that if your amino acids aren't balanced, it creates another problem. So if you're taking a lot of tryptophan, it needs to be balanced with lysine and all these other amino acids that are there. And we keep talking about tryptophan because it's the king of all the amino acids. And this is the one that we're extremely deficient on. So once again, I appreciate all your comments and questions. And if you haven't purchased the book, Goof Proof Health, and we cover cancer in here. We cover understanding cancer and breast cancer and prostate, and we also deal with some skin cancer and cervical cancer with testimonials of people that reversed their cancer without chemo and radiation, just from following a very simple protocol, just half your weight in ounces of water and some salt and fruits and vegetables and some exercise. So please share this information with someone else, and if you haven't purchased the book, you'll see a button there to push. And from all of us here at Goof Proof Health, thank you.